Okay, what culture wrestling has another video up, and it's called 10 WWE storylines that horribly backfired. Now, I can't think of any storylines like, oh, but for the past 10 years I've been watching like the one where they were trying to find out Vince, who was Vince McMahon's son, and I was like, that's just, come on now. Dude, this would have been, you don't see this on Wikipedia, or no, the one where his car had blew up. And I was like, I remember I was watching, I caught it at that time, and I was like, what just happened? Like, I don't know if that is supposed to happen or not. But I remember I was watching that, and as a kid, you know, you're going to believe everything you see on TV, okay? When I was growing up, I thought that really had happened. And I'm going around telling everybody, you know, Vince McMahon died into a car, like a car exploded. And then after that, they was just all like, everybody was trying to figure out, did he really die or not? But it was like, it was one of the craziest things I think I've seen. That storyline backfired because for kids, probably for grown adults, they didn't know, or if they did, they were all like, okay, was this real or not? Was that supposed to happen? But yeah, it was really crazy when that did happen, or when it went down on wrestling. But yeah, I think that was like when I can't remember. I think that was when I very first kind of just started watching wrestling or something. Like, I can't remember exactly when I started watching it, but I do remember when that had happened. I was watching it at that time. But anyways, let's check this out.
The WWE have an estranged relationship with long-term planning and thinking things through. Fans who watch Raw might be under the impression that they write it and rewrite it on the night every week, because mostly they do, because Vince is madder than a sex frog. Sure, wrestlers get injured all the time and you can't plan too far ahead, but you should plan just a little bit. I mean, you should think about things just a tiny bit. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are top 10 WWE storylines that horribly backfired. Number 10, John Cena is shamed for homophobia. So you know how time passes, how that's a thing, how jokes that might have been okay a decade ago aren't going to cut it. Think what you like about the increasing scrutiny that joke tellers are under these days, but what would WWE...
Let me just pause, like, because I felt like wrestling back then, like when I watched some videos of wrestling back then, I think I probably would have rather grown up in that era of wrestling where it was like, you know, everything was like, I mean, wrestling is good now, but I think I'd rather grow up in an era like when it was like the 90s and stuff, where it was like everybody had an attitude, nobody didn't care and stuff. I'd rather would have been watching it then than now. Like, I like it now, but I think it was better back in the 90s. I think a lot of people can agree with that. So
Cena, the face of the company,
it is much different.
A fairy with a tooth, or in his feud with The Miz, say, The Miz and Alex Riley are going to move in together. They're going to relax with a glass of warm Pinot Noir and watch The Notebook or reruns of last season's Bachelor. Well, tonight, I'm going to train you on how to be a man. Thanks, John Cena. You do that. If WWE just looked at the words they were writing for more than no seconds, they might have realized that gay jokes aren't really a thing anymore, at least on global television. Glad caught wind of the comments, and the WWE were forced to issue a groveling apology.
Dang.
Number 9, The Big Show turns heel, then face, then heel, then face. Why does anyone trust The Big Show? The man turns more than a Catherine wheel. Internet commentators have counted up to 21 heel or face turns in his WWE career. That's 1.3125 turns a year.
Wow.
In 2008, he turned twice in one night, returning to the company after leaving as a heel, turning babyface to a big pop, then immediately turning bad again by attacking Rey Mysterio. He's flown between good and bad so often that it's impossible to get invested in the giant quisling. When the Big Show weeps giant tears when being forced to do evil things by the authority, no one buys it because he's never been a good guy for longer than a cup of coffee. Number 8, exploiting Latino heat. When Eddie Guerrero died in 2005,
that was sad. I wasn't watching it then, but it's sad.
Locker room and audience
I was like, hold on, let me pause about that. When Eddie Guerrero, I was like, because I remember when I had read the Bootista Unleashed book, and I wasn't even like watching wrestling at the time when he died. But then when I seen that he did, and I was like, because I was like, that's when I was watching it. I think I can't remember. I got like a DVD. I think it was the ladder match DVD. And I was just all like, I wonder what he's doing. And then Googled and seen that he had passed away. And I was like, man, that's jacked up. And it's just like just wrestling talent just dying like that. So But anyways,
in the best way they could by cashing in on a dead man's legacy for cheap heat. 2 weeks after Eddie died, Randy Orton crashed his lowrider and later claimed that Eddie was in hell. Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble for Eddie. Triple H hinted that divine intervention from Guerrero helped him, and throughout Mysterio's world title reign, he mentioned Eddie more than Hulk Hogan mentions his many brothers. For a full year, Chavo Guerrero couldn't feud with anyone without his uncle being mentioned. Now sure, Eddie Guerrero knew how to play the game and probably wouldn't have minded his death being used to further some storylines, but after a while it began to create real backlash, with Mysterio getting some terrible reactions from uncomfortable
person, that was like, what is that noise?
The underdog babyface. Number 7, Sin Cara. Now, Sin Cara turning out to be a botch monkey made of glass wasn't technically WWE's fault, but they didn't make it easy for the faceless one. Introduced with all the hype in the world and set up as the heir apparent to Rey Mysterio, the man renowned throughout Mexico as Mystico was going to be a big deal in the WWE, and then he botched the entrance for his first match. Now, the WWE can be blamed for not training Sin Cara enough in the WWE style, which is very different to the flamboyant lucha libre he was versed in, and also for giving him that god-awful yellow lighting that made everyone look like they were fighting in a Turkish brothel. The fans rejected the character, turning him into an international joke. Number 6.
I thought he was cool.
Hey, said a dumbass in 1998, let's get a bunch of guys who are filled with testosterone to the point that even their beards have beards and tell them to punch each other for real. The Brawl for All pitted wrestlers against each other in very real boxing matches for a prize purse of $100,000. They were essentially legalized bar fights, and the fans weren't thrilled at watching mid-carders womp on each other like pissed up bears. To make matters worse, Dr. Death Steve Williams was supposed to win the tournament and use it as momentum to take him to a feud with Steve Austin, but after being crushed and injured by Bart Gunn, his credibility was shot and he was released months later. Then, after winning the tournament, Gunn himself was humiliated by Butterbean at WrestleMania 15 and suffered a similar fate. No one benefited from the Brawl for All, except perhaps people with a fetish for bum fights. Number 5, $1 Million Mania. In 2008, to drive up flagging ratings, Vince McMahon decided he would give away money live on Raw to viewers watching at home.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Their telephone numbers, and Vince would choose one at random to call and offer people cash.
I remember that.
Possibly go wrong? Well, lots, since Vince McMahon is older than most trees and working the phone got tricky. He would face wrong numbers, drop calls, long silences while the fans almost clenched themselves inside out with awkwardness. Ratings didn't go up, so they were just giving away money for nothing. The angle was abandoned in grand fashion, having the set collapse.
Yeah, I remember that. I was watching it then.
I can't feel my legs.
I remember that.
4, fake Razor and fake Diesel. Anyone who thought this was a good idea should be punched, then made to watch their loved ones be punched, and then be punched by their loved ones. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash went to WCW in 1996. Although they weren't calling themselves Razor Ramon and Diesel, names owned by the WWF, they sure as hell acted like their old characters and had huge successes in the process. Vince sued, then thought, what the hell, screw those guys, I'll just get a new Diesel and Razor. Like Doctor Who, the characters apparently regenerated and emerged on Raw, being played by 2 new wrestlers, Rick Bogner as fake Razor and Glenn Jacobs, Kane, as fake Diesel. The gimmick couldn't have been if it was fired from a bloody catapult and made the WWE look outclassed and out of touch in the process.
Wow!
Hassan. Now, we've already discussed this in the episode, but it bears mentioning again. It was brutal bad timing that an angle featuring not terrorist honest character Muhammad Hassan was aired the very same day as the London bombings. But WWE, to be honest, had been circling disaster for a while with the angle. First of all, Hassan wasn't Arabic, he was Italian, which raises its own problems. Second of all, Hassan was a man bringing up reasonable points about the demonization of an entire religious culture based on actions of fringe maniacs within it, and he was also portrayed as the bad guy. Third of all, he summoned terrorist-looking masked men by praying. This was always
that is messed up.
Hassan's career was ruined, and he never wrestled again.
Dang.
Number 2, Bootista. Anyone in WWE who claims they planned the way WrestleMania 30 turned out from the start is a damn liar who will go to hell for lying. Here's what they actually planned. Batista returns looking out of shape and wearing bad hats. He wins the Royal Rumble, he beats Orton at WrestleMania, and uses the belt to promote Guardians of the Galaxy. The fans love it. Cake and coffee for everyone. Except the fans sort of had their hearts set on someone else.
Daniel Bryan.
That Daniel Bryan wasn't even in the Royal Rumble. The fans burned the whole thing down with Bootista inside. They essentially turned him heel, calling him Bootista, and rebooked the WrestleMania main event through sheer power of collective whinging. Thankfully, WWE learned their lesson, and the next Royal Rumble was received with universal acclaim. Number 1, the Beast beats the Streak. If you're going to do it, for God's sake, do it right. And they didn't. The thing that no one wanted to happen, happened, and Brock Lesnar broke The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania. See, there have been no real benefits to crushing the most unironically treasured thing in the pro wrestling industry.
Man.
It made Brock look tough, but so does Daylight. It made The Undertaker look like an old man, robbing his WrestleMania 31 match of any real drama, and the man that was supposed to receive the rub from beating the guy who beat the streak was such poison to the fans that for 2 years in a row, the WrestleMania main event had to be rebooked. Lesnar's still around, so the angle might still pay off, but considering that Brock was always going to be hard to beat and a big name draw, what did the most shocking WrestleMania moment in history actually achieve? And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments.
Yeah, that was...
You can even follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that last one when Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker, I'll admit I was upset about that, and I was like, that was a streak I always wanted to just continue on. And it's like, Brock, I mean, come on, man. The one streak, okay, the one streak, all right, out of any streak, I don't care if I had a winning streak on Call of Duty. If they say, which streak do you rather have to go on? Your Call of Duty streak or Undertaker? I would say Undertaker. I don't mind taking a loss in Call of Duty, okay? Yes, I will be upset about it, but not as upset than I was when Undertaker lost at WrestleMania. Did I watch that I don't know. I did not watch that WrestleMania. But I remember, like, I would go onto Wikipedia and see the results. When I seen that they said Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker, I was like, how? Because there's this one black guy. He was looking like this, like, during the thing. That's how I was looking at my computer. I was like, no, he can. I just made, like, it lighter by just doing that. I don't know how that's possible. That's some weird logic right there. But no, I was so upset when I had seen that. I was like, I cannot believe this actually just happened. This really just happened, okay? No, please, no. Do not, please, okay? And Monday night came on. They were talking about it. He lost. I was upset. So, yeah. Till this day, I still get upset when I see 21-1. I think it's 22-1 now. I can't remember. But, yeah, when I see that number, it's like, oh, my goodness. That one, come on. He had it, but he was going for so long. Okay, it was going for so long, and then just came. Yeah, I think it's 22-1 now because I remember. I think this last WrestleMania, he went up against Bray Wyatt. What is his name? The Wyatt family. I can't remember that dude's name, but yeah, he was the main leader of the Wyatt family. Like Bray. No, I know it. Is it Bray? No, it ain't Bray. I don't think it is. It's Wyatt. I can't remember the guy's name. And he comes on every single night. Let me know, because this is gonna bother me. This is going to bother me. The Wyatt family, because that is going to bother me. Bray. Yeah, it is Bray Wyatt. Okay, because I felt like it wasn't his name. It is Bray Wyatt. Okay, so yeah, he went up against him last year, and Bray Wyatt lost, and so for some reason it just did not sound like. I thought his name was something else. Because the only part I do remember, like, is the Wyatt part, but I do not remember their first names, but. It's like, because it's like, they're not one of my favorite wrestlers, but, I mean, they are good wrestlers, but they just aren't my favorite, so forgive me for not remembering their name. But anyways, this is a really, really good video. Thank you, What Culture, for this video. Everybody, go subscribe to him. He is 95,000 subscribers away from hitting 500K, so he'll be 500,000 away from 1 million. So, and that being said, I hope he does achieve 1 million. I hope he does get verified on here too, because I have not seen him be verified. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And if you are new, please like and subscribe, and peace.